What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. It's STEVEE, the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to talk about my Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, it's been a it's been a real quick minute, bro, or a long minute. It's been a long time. I think last time was maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Talked about the Birds. It's been a while, man. It's just been wrestling nonstop. And I just want to come back on here and talk about my other favorite love, and that will be the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, so, what I want to talk about today is the fact that I noticed a lot of sports media and channels talking about the NFC East, and they're talking about how the Dallas Cowboys are the team to beat. Okay, so last time you saw me talk about the Eagles, I said that I feel like every single team in the NFC East, I know for a fact, got better, but I didn't know if the Eagles got better. And I can tell you that after mulling it over, I still think the Eagles and the Cowboys are the teams to beat in the NFC East. But there's something I did not take into account, and that is this pandemic that we are currently in. And the fact that every single team in the NFC East all have new head coaches, which means they're going to have all new systems or they're going to want to implement new things. So, what does that mean? That means that the Eagles are the only constant thing. The Eagles have an advantage over every single other team, being that they still have the same head coach. Dallas, Washington, New York all got different head coaches, new head coaches. And let me just say this. Um, I saw on the NFL Network, LaDainian Thomas, and it was like a week or two ago, talking about how he feels that the Eagles are being underrated because we upgraded our weapons at wide receiver, and we did. We truly did. Last 2 years, you know, people have really been getting on Carson Wentz because he has not looked like his MVP self, and people are starting to think, well, maybe that was a mirage. No, if you look at the common denominator in both of those two seasons, what was it? I'll tell you. Two names: Deshaun Jackson and Mike Wallace. What do those two people have in common? Speed. 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 They were our speed wide receivers. They were our deep threat. And when both of those two players went down, our offense went down with them. We stupidly made the same mistake 2 years in a row and did not have replacements for said speed wide receivers. We have learned from that, and now we do. But those two things, really the same thing, are the reason why the Eagles' offense looked the way it did. It looked slow. It looked boring. It was just. It was game changer, right? And when you look at 2017, yes, Torrey Smith did not have a very good season. But do you know what he was? He was still very viable to this offense because he was our deep threat, number one. He was healthy all year. He opened things up for Zach Ertz, Nelson Aguilar, and Alshon Jeffrey. He opened things up for the running game. He was the difference maker. So when we lost Mike Wallace, when we lost Deshaun Jackson, basically our whole entire offense went right down the drain. How they could make the same mistake 2 years in a row, I don't know, but they did, and it's just it's unbelievable. But Now with the speed that we have with Marquise Goodwin, with a returning and determined Deshaun Jackson, and with Jalen Reagor, I'm not saying we're going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not saying we're going to be the Legion of Zoom. But what I am saying is, with the fact that we are the only constant in the NFC East, with the fact that we have upgraded our wide receivers, with the fact that we still have a top 5 offensive line, with the fact that Carson Wentz is still the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, the Eagles should not be underestimated the way they are. But you know what? Oh, and you know who also benefits from this? Miles Sanders. Oh, Miles Sanders. I loved what he said a couple weeks ago when he said MVP year, MVP. That boy, he going to be special next year, man. I cannot wait to watch that boy play. But back to my former thought. I'm actually glad the Eagles are being underestimated. I truly, truly am. Because you know what? The last time that happened, the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying we're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think we're going to win the Super Bowl. But I'm saying the last time the Eagles were underestimated and people were like, I don't really think they had a good offseason. I mean, they had an okay offseason, but a good offseason like the Cowboys? Nah, I don't think they had that. Last time that happened, we dominated the NFC East. Last time that happened, we were the best team in the NFL. Last time that happened, we won the Super Bowl. So please, continue to feed this team, because that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. You're putting this stuff out there. They're saying, oh, they must have forgot that we have the best tight end combination in the NFL with Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. They must have forgot. Oh, they must have forgot that we got a top 5 defensive line and we got one of the top 10 cornerbacks in the league in Darius Slay. Must have forgot. They must have forgot that we have a top 10 quarterback in Carson Wentz. For some reason, they must have forgot. They must have forgot that we have a top 10 head coach in Doug Peterson. I mean, the Super Bowl year was great, but what that man did last year, especially to me, when I had given up on both Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson, I was just, so many things went wrong last year. And for them to win down the stretch, win their final 4 games, win the NFC East, and go into the playoffs, that's so remarkable that people don't want to give Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson credit. Oh, because the NFC East was so weak. Yes, it was weak. But had it been anybody else, had it been the Dallas Cowboys, they would have been, oh my God, that was so impressive. Had it been the New York Giants or the Redskins, oh my God, that was great. People look at Carson Wentz and they go, man, I don't understand. People like Max Kellerman, who look at him and how he played last year. Oh, he had a mediocre season. I'm not saying he had a great season, but he had a pretty good season. And people look at that and go, oh, well, he had a mediocre season. He was terrible last year. But people want to praise Patrick Mahomes. I bet you if Patrick Mahomes didn't have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and all those fast players, and he had the receivers that the Eagles had last year, let's see how spectacular Patrick Mahomes looks. Let's see how great of a head coach Andy Reid is. Not denying he's not a head coach. We know personally how good he is. But we also know, I mean, let's see how they look without their guys. Oh, we've seen them without Travis Kelce for a game or two. Oh, we've seen him play without Tyreek Hill for a couple of games or two. But let's see how it is when you lose everybody. Let's see how great you are then. Not everybody can be Tom Brady and play with nobody. Not everybody can be Aaron Rodgers and play with nobody. That's what makes them great. That's what makes them legends. That's what makes them Hall of Famers. Not to say Carson Wentz can't do that, because clearly he did. Can he do it every year? No. Can Tom Brady do it every year? No. Could Aaron Rodgers do it every year? No. But to undermine what they did is a slap in the face. And then to say Carson Wentz is injury prone because someone knocked him up the side of his head is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He had no way of avoiding that. He was coming, he was running, he fell, and as he was falling, Jadeveon Clowney went, boop, and hit him in the head, of course he's going to get knocked out. Dallas Cowboy fans talk about, you see what happened to Dak Prescott? He didn't get knocked out. Oh, okay. So we having a competition to see who can get head injuries now? Like, what? Is that what we're doing? But I'm going to shut up because while I don't want to put too much stock, it's about respect. It is about respect. And the fact of the matter is the Philadelphia Eagles are not being respected. And you know what happened the last 3 years when they weren't respected? Super Bowl, one drop away from the NFC Championship game, and one dirty hit away from, I still believe, the Eagles would have made it to the NFC Championship game if Carson Wentz had played. Because I believe the Eagles would have won that game if Carson Wentz had played. But we'll never know. We'll never know. But I want you to watch. And I'm not going to say a word all season. But when the Eagles do excellent, and I can hear it now. I can hear it now. The only reason you won this division is because we had a pandemic. If we had a normal offseason, just like every other year, the Dallas Cowboys clearly would have won this division. Oh, I can hear the excuses now. Not just from Cowboy fans, but from NFL analysts too. Oh, I can hear it. Don't want to give Carson Wentz the credit. That's fine. Don't want to give Doug Peterson the credit. That's fine. Just let them shut up and play. That's all I'm going to say. Or shut up and watch. Just shut up and watch. And if they prove me wrong, I'll come on here and admit I was wrong. But you know what? With the weapons that they got, I'm telling you, the only question mark I'm really having is this, and then I'm going to go, is the second running back. I really, really wanted Carlos Hyde. But of course, the Seahawks snatched him up. So there goes that option, right? The only two options left are Devontae Freeman and LeSean McCoy. I've been calling for Devontae Freeman all offseason. I hope this man takes the deal and he comes to us. Because as much as I love Shady, as much as I miss Shady, as much as I was mad at Chip Kelly for trading away Shady, he's old. And what has been the message all off season? Gotta get younger. Gotta get younger. Gotta get younger. That is opposite if you're bringing in a 32-year-old LeSean McCoy. That is the complete opposite. Devontae Freeman, he's no spring chicken, but he's at least 4 years younger, and I say he still has a little bit left in the tank. Not to say that LeSean doesn't have that either, but you have to think about this. LeSean McCoy was healthy for the playoffs. And as much as Andy Reid loves him, why didn't he play him? Think about that. Think about that. He was healthy. He was a healthy scratch. He was ready to go. Full steam ahead. But not one single playoff snap. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. And you know me. I'm still hoping that the Eagles trade for Yannick Ngakoue because I still feel like if you get him, top 2 defensive line in the NFL, maybe even the best. But because I know he's going to be hungry. I know he's going to want to prove people wrong for thinking that he's a bad teammate and stuff, for all this stuff he's been doing on social media with the team owner's son and everything. Trust me, we get that man here in Philly, it won't matter that the Dallas Cowboys drafted CeeDee Lamb because Dak Prescott aren't going to be able to give him the ball. It won't matter what any other team does in this division. Eagles will come out clear. That is my goal. Since I know we're not going to win the Super Bowl unless another miracle happens and we clearly are the best team in the NFL like we were a couple years ago, my goal for this team is to be the first back-to-back division winner since we did it in the early 2000s. That is my goal. That is what I want. And let's just say we win a playoff game or two. If we can do that, I'll be happy for the season. I will totally be happy for the season. And, but those are my thoughts. Let me hear what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section down below. I'm truly interested in what you're feeling. Do you like the fact the Eagles are being put in this situation? Because at first I was angry, but then I think about it and I'm like, you know what? I actually love this. So when the Eagles prove everyone wrong and they go, I didn't see this coming. No, you did see this coming because Doug Peterson is a top 10 head coach. You did see this coming because Carson Wentz is a top 10 quarterback. You did see this coming because we have a top 5 offensive line. You did see this coming because we have a top 5 defensive line. You did see this coming because we had a pretty good off season. Oh, you saw it coming. You just didn't want to admit it because the Dallas Cowboys, as always, are the sexy pick. But yet they haven't done a darn thing in 25 years. But they're America's team, so what are you gonna do, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't talked about the Eagles in a long time, and clearly, as you can see, I had so much pent-up frustration that I just had to let it all out. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I will see you guys Tuesday for my Monday Night Raw review. And if you're not down with that, I've just got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. And I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.